We are in 3, 2, 1. We are live. This evening on the Huddle, it's a special Monday night edition of the Huddle here. We're living in times that it's tough and challenging for us all. Uncharted times, difficult times. But not only for us as individuals, but for content creators. How do we stay motivated to create content to add value to others when we need to be motivated and encouraged? Well, tune in tonight. We got 5 great tips for you here on the Huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. It's a special edition. No, not Monday Night Football, but Monday Night Huddle with your boy, Walter Strong, and the Huddle community. Hey, if you're new here, you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the show. This evening on the Huddle, we have another dynamic guest here on the Huddle. And man, when I looked at her bio, I could just turn a whole Huddle just going over her bio, but we're going to just take a snapshot of some of this creative's great accomplishments that she's still in process of doing to make a difference in people's lives. Today's guest, she is by profession a medical coder, but not only by profession, she is an inspiration and motivational entrepreneur who helps inspire and empower women to think of themselves as royal masterpieces. I want you to think about that. For all my female viewers, you are a royal masterpiece, no longer a hidden figure, but a royal masterpiece. She inspires, she's empowering them to allow them to understand God has a divine purpose to help them to move forward in releasing the gift that God has for them and the impact that they need to make in their lives. This evening on the Huddle, we need to welcome the one, the only, Miss Samatha Matthews. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Walter. Good evening. What an intro. Thank you. It's so good to be here with you, Walter, tonight. And I don't know what to say about all that intro, but lovely, great job. I try, right? But awesome. I don't know who that was.
Oh, that was from your fan club. Your haters. Your haters delivered that one to me personally. So
Yes.
when you got your critics and your haters giving
Love
you
it.
that much praise, you know your fan club loves you that much more.
Yes.
Hey, those of you who are on Team Live this evening, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. And Team Replay, I want to give you a special shout out. Much love that you give us once we go off the air and this gets posted as a regular video. Team Replay, you show up. And so we want to say good evening to you as well. Samantha, please do our Team Live viewers tonight. Let them know about you, yourselves, and how you found your passion and purpose in creating content on YouTube.
Now, Walter, very good question. I am a woman of faith. That's number one. And I start with that because I'm on here not because of myself or not because I like the idea of being in this platform. The passion, you asked me, how did I find my passion in online creation? I started out because I wanted to inspire people to change their lifestyle. I was a medical coder. I'm still a medical coder now, but I had a job for over 5 years. And after COVID, I lost my job. You know, everybody lost your job. And I was one of those persons. And I realized that there is times in your life where you never know what's going to happen. And everybody could sit and fight or cry or worry or say, what am I going to do? But I did what I only knew, how to do. And that was to speak about God, talk about God in my own little way. I designed t-shirts. I designed, I was doing masks. I was putting inspirational quotes and motivational quotes on them so that I can uplift people that were going through this transition of not having a job, not knowing if they were going to be able to get food or whatever the case may be. So I decided to do this little thing. But for me, I am afraid. I'm going to say it just like that. I am literally shaken to speak like in front of like a group of people. And when the Lord dropped it in my spirit to just go on Facebook and showcase your stuff, and I was like, no, like I'm not going to do that. They're going to see me, right? So I decided to just get a t-shirt, show a t-shirt, and that was it. But it happened that, you know, I was doing that and people were like, Sam, I love that. You know, keep doing that. While I am here, like saying, I'm nervous and I'm asking God to know, like, give me something else. Let it be something else, not this. And I kept going, Walter. I kept doing it and I kept showcasing these t-shirts until someone was like, go on YouTube. And I was like, YouTube? Yeah, right. Like YouTube is for streamers or people that do like game and stuff. I'm not doing that. And the door opened up and I came on here. And the one thing that I said to myself when I started was my purpose. What is my purpose? Why am I doing this? Why do I want to be the one to speak in this on this platform? And the answer was because there's something that you have gone through that you were able to use to help change someone else's life. And that's where my passion lies. I want to be able to use my struggles. And I know you probably have seen some of my videos. I talk about a lot of that, my struggles, in order to help someone else. So I found my passion just on online creation, just to be able to help someone else go through and transition from that stage of hopelessness, doubt, fear, anxiety to the stage of celebration, happiness, peace, joy, and all of that.
That is a wonderful, wonderful origin story, because you're right. When we first start on YouTube or online creation, as I said, you end up becoming that hidden figure that you really don't want to be seen by people online, because you think the reaction that you may get may be completely different from what you once you post it, will be completely different before posting versus what you see after posting. And so I certainly salute you for having the courage to, one, listen to the Spirit of God encourage you to do this, and then two, not to think of yourself, but to think of just one person you can encourage. And so, hey, that is an origin story that not just a story, but a testimony for us all to understand we need to have and to share with others, whether on video or in person.
Yes.
Want to say good evening to Tech Troublemaker.
Yes. Hey, Roy.
My man, Tech Troublemaker. You troublemaker is in the house.
Yes.
Team Live. Yes, sir. Those of you who are tuning in on YouTube, let us know where you're watching us from. We're talking about 5 easy ways to keep yourself motivated as a content creator on YouTube. And so, when the Lord led me to your channel, and as I started watching your content and how just not only are you using your skills and your abilities to encourage people through online video, but the message of the encourager is all in you and through you. I just listened to your content and I'm like, oh, I definitely got to have her on, because we need to be encouraged and motivated as content creators and as individuals. And so I put these 5 tips together, and I, just want to get your feedback on them. Tip number 1, as content creators, when we get on YouTube, for some of us, it's for business purposes, it's to increase leads. It's to increase sales. For individuals, it may be wanting to start a full-time job or lofty aspirations of having a silver play button or having 100,000 subscribers. But life sets in and you can get discouraged. Why is it important for us to remember our why?
So the first thing that I would say to that is, a lot of times, and you touch a little bit on that, we are not sure. A lot of times people start YouTube and they're not sure what they want to do. And it's very important to understand that as a content creator, an influencer, or whatever bracket you put yourself in on the platform, you have to have a purpose in whatever it is that you're doing, because there is a burnout. There's, and not only in content creation, but in life as in general, will always be a burnout. And remembering why you started. My why is not for me. My why is not so I can get that 1K. That is a goal. That is the ultimate goal. Yes, I want to get 1K. I want to get the silver play button. I want to be able to say, yes, I got to, where everyone else wants to reach. But my why is to make sure that when I speak, when I open my mouth, that someone on the other end that's listening is going to get something that is going to help one change their life for the better, right? Be at peace, have joy, all of that. So understanding why you're on the platform, not just to get a hit video and you have 1K view on a video, and because that is not going to be the only thing that keeps you there. You have to have the greatest purpose, the greatest passion to want to do it. Someone had said to me the other day, Sam, would you rather have 1K view on a video or have 100 people just can't wait to hear what you have to say? And I say, honestly, I prefer having people to say, Sam, I want to listen to what she has to say, than for, I want to just watch her video, but I want your life to be changed. So remembering your why is very important, Walter. It's not just, knowing your niche. It's, why are you here? What are you going to do? And a lot of people talk about it and say, well, what service do you have? Is it for entertainment? Is it for, what is it for? But beyond that, why are you entertaining? Why are you encouraging? Why are you doing it? Because it's the platform. There's a bracket that you will fit in. But what is the real reason inside of you that you are on here being a content creator? And when you know that, when you truthfully put that into practice and you know that, then the discouragement, it will come. Because the Bible tells us about that. Those things will come. But there's a thing that happens after it comes. You get stronger, wiser, and you move on. And then the next thing is the best thing, right? I always say that the next thing will always be the best thing. So whenever you get that discouragement, just know that what you're going to do next will be the best one. So if you understand your why and you focus and you own in on that, and it's not because Walter is doing it or Samantha is doing it or Roy is doing it, it's because I have a purpose. I have the passion within me. Then.
Great point. Let's go a little deeper on this tip.
Yes.
What if I started YouTube for one reason, for a particular why I thought I wanted to do it, but then as a result, I end up feeling unfulfilled after reaching 1,000 subscribers, and now I don't have the motivation to make the next video because I feel empty on the inside. Then I thought I knew my why, but how do I find out my why since I don't know it?
So with that, it's not simple. It's not easy, because I know a lot of content creators go through that transition of being in that place. And one thing that I will say is, because when I started YouTube, I was in that same predicament. I felt like I knew what my why was and I had it. And, you get on here and then you're scrambling because you're seeing so many different things. But one thing I want to say where it comes to that, be very consistent in what you are doing. It's going to happen sometimes where you feel like you're lost or you don't understand what you're doing. But if you are consistent in it, everything will flow into place. And changing your mind is also, good. It's easy, right? You can change. You can be a motivational speaker. You can change it, and you can be just a comedian. You can do that. But at the end of the day, if it's something that you're not sure about, it doesn't take anything but research, and take the time to do it, and have a little bit of tenacity too, because a lot of times we get to that 1K and we're like, oh yeah, we got there. But then we don't have the tenacity to keep going. We get there and we're like, we got there now. So then the drive goes away because your why in the beginning wasn't the real reason. You said it, but it wasn't the real reason, right? So if you have the drive and your tenacity, it's like, it doesn't matter when I get to 1K, this is what I really want to do. When you get there, you won't change your mind because your passion now becomes everything. You can't, like, I'm in a stage right now where I eat, sleep, breathe, drink, everything I do is YouTube. And I'm thinking of other ways to do my to do different channel ideas to be able to fulfill that why and fulfill that purpose. So the idea behind changing your mind is to come up with other ideas, create other ideas. We have a nice troll in the building.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I just noticed that. I
A
was
nice
like,
troll is in here. That's okay. He may need to get encouraged.
that's okay. I wanted you to take the gloves off. When I say
Yes.
how you find your why, if we got to get biblical with this,
Yes.
you have all freedom here on the Huddle
you may need
to break it down for me.
Let me tell you something. One thing that I always say to everyone when I talk to them or when I'm on here, it doesn't matter what it is you're doing. If you don't get confirmation from God, don't do it. If you don't take it to him and say, this is what I want to do, I'm thinking about this, and he don't give you a confirmation, he don't allow this thing to flow, then it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how much you have the equipment, you have the following, you have the views, you have the likes and all these things. If God is not with you, if he's not allowed, if he didn't put you there to begin with, I'm telling you, you will stay there for a while, right? But then it will always die because you didn't get confirmation. I did a video about that, and I said the first thing that you have to do, first you want to talk to your family about it. Let your family know mommy's gonna be doing this thing. My two children know mommy's gonna be doing this. How do you feel about it? They're babies, but the little one probably gonna be like, I just want to sit on your lap and nurse all day. And the big one's like, oh, cool, mommy, yes, let's do it. But when the time comes for me to sit and I need everybody to be quiet, right? So I have to make sure that I speak to them about that. I get confirmation from my husband about that. I'm going to be doing this. How do you feel about that? But the most important reason why I think people get to a place of changing their minds and doing something different is because they started it on the wrong idea, the wrong reason to just get that silver play button, Walter. But if you don't do the necessary footwork and the legwork to do it, like, I love this channel. This channel is not like the views are there and my subs are getting there, but I've been on YouTube for over a year now. And I thought, of course, I would have gotten there within a year. But what I love most about this channel is that I'm able to connect, engage with people through these live streams, and I'm able to encourage. I get messages in my DMs like, Sam, thank you for that. Like, you said that and that. I really tried that idea and it worked for me. I am big on affirmations, and that's something that I do regularly. But let me not ramble on. But back to what you're saying, if you don't get that confirmation from God or get an answer or or bring it to him. Sometimes we don't even bring it to him. We just say, I want to do YouTube and I'm on YouTube. But bring it to him. And if you don't, I'm sorry, it'll go for a while. But then you get into a place where you're stuck. And then you're like, okay, well, now it's time for me to change. And,
Right. When the fact of the matter is, you never consulted him. It's amazing. We understand the principle that when you buy, like for me, I just bought the latest iPhone 13. Didn't want to get the Pro or the Pro Max, but I just got the 13. But if I got a problem with this iPhone, I don't call, tech troublemaker to get an explanation about why the phone is not working properly, why I can't do a live stream with the phone in the way that I want. If I really want to be able to understand how this phone works and understand the why of it, I call the manufacturer, which is Apple. Well, if we understand that we talk to Apple, then maybe as individuals, we need to have a little talk with the Lord. As the mothers used to say, call him up. He's on the main line. Call him up and don't tell him what you want, but tell him what you need to know about why you're you're doing online content creation,
Yes.
because I like the fact that how you said you've talked with your husband, you talk with your children, and everyone is in agreement. That agreement comes as a result because you've talked to him to
Right.
understand your why you're doing this, so
Right.
you don't get discouraged about maybe there's no a lot of views on this video or live
Right.
stream to this week, but next week it'll be better, but because you know your why,
Yes.
and that is so important. So important. Hey, we're talking about 5 easy ways. I'm not trying to be deep here. This is not a master class we're trying to teach you. We're trying to give you simple understanding of how to keep yourself motivated
Yes.
as a content creator. Tip number 2, and we may have to take a little time on this one as well. Manage. I need help with this because you can see I come out with some fire and some energy when I do my live stream.
Yes.
Manage your energy and time.
Wow, that is definitely a challenging one, and it's for me. I'll talk on me first. For me, I am a wife, a mother of two. I have another job, right? I actually 2 other jobs or 3 other jobs because I run another business as well. And for me, it's burnout sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm,
I I created this nice setup where I know Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm here from 8:30 to about 9:30, sometimes 10, sometimes I'm here till 11. And I set the plan and I know Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's what I do. Mondays and Wednesdays, I do this and I do that. But it's hard to manage your time when you don't have a template of some sort of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. What
mm-hmm,
are you doing? What do you want to accomplish? What is that goal? And a lot of times we set goals that is not attainable. We have to first remember that when we set a goal, set an attainable one, that one that you can reach, looks, like you can get to that goal. And in order to manage your energy and your time wisely, you have to set those goals. You set the goals in a way that you can reach them. So you don't feel like, Walter, you said it just now, right? You don't feel like I did too much today, or I just put so much energy into this one live stream. Like your intro is on point all the time. Watch your other streams with Roy, and your intro is like, whoa. And that's energy. It takes a lot to come up with the content, one, to
mm-hmm,
then put it out, to do the different designs. I'm over here in Ecamm, and Ecamm is a beast. I'm
mm-hmm,
telling you,
mm-hmm,
and it takes a lot of work, but it can be done if you have a strategic plan of how you do it. You strategize yourself in a way that you have this thing written down. As a content creator, I'm telling you guys right now, if you don't have a content calendar, you're not going to be able to make that thing work.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
need some form of template or something to follow to manage your time wisely, to be able to not feel burnout, to be able to have an energy to come on the live and be like, yo, let's go. You gotta have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that comes with having a great system of content. You have your months in advance planned out, right? You create a content calendar, because a lot of times I do it too,
Mm-hmm.
and I switch because I get an interview in the mix, or someone wants to do a different stream and I get to play with it. But if you don't have something in place, then you're going to be all over the place, and then you're going to be like, oh man, I can't do it tonight because but no, just the best advice I can give on that is to have something in place, have a set schedule,
Mm-hmm.
create a schedule, create something that is going to allow you to stay on point, so that if something happens, you're not scrambling, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
everything, you have something in place. So you don't get to that burnout and you come on here and be like, hey, what's up, y'all? It's a live stream tonight. I'm just glad to be here. You come with fire, yo, let's
Mm-hmm.
go. It's live. You come with so much energy. So yeah, definitely plan it out.
Mm-hmm.
I use ClickUp. I use actually more than one, but I have ClickUp. I have another content thing on my Excel sheet. So I do a lot of different variation of it
Mm-hmm.
to keep myself like on point, to always be here. Because if you don't show up, your thing's not gonna grow either. So you have to have energy to be able to be on point.
Boom. She just gave you the gospel truth on content creation. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion, 5 easy ways how you can keep yourself motivated as a content creator on YouTube, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to click the like button by smashing the thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media or platform, and and make it a point to really write these tips down
Yes.
so you can manage your energy and time so you can stay motivated to add value to someone else that you know. Hey, if you are just joining us in the chat, let us know where you're watching us from, and we will certainly shout you out. I see my man Tech Troublemaker has something to say here, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Give me a second. Okay, we're gonna get having a little technical. See, Tech Troublemaker, I'm having an issue with my mouse here, so let me just read what you just said. Have fire in your belly for what you are presenting.
Presented.
I, I'm trying, Tech Troublemaker. I'm trying. Right now, I'm a flame, man. I'm a flame. I'm a flame. But I'm gonna get the fire, like you, my brother. Tip number 3: avoid the comparison trap.
Let
The
me tell you.
comparison trap.
Yes.
How do I avoid the comparison trap, Samantha?
Listen, you got to be you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be you. You just got to be you.
Mm-hmm.
Come out here and be you. Be Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to be like me because you're not going to get there. You're not going to get anywhere. Don't compare yourself to the next person because everybody started with number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody came on any platform, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and had a million of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody did. Everybody started at 0 actually. Everybody started at 0. And because we all start at the same place, we could not compare ourselves to John Brown that's at 50, Mary Lou that's at 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
or Walter that's at a million, or Tech Troublemaker that got this whole tribe behind him. We cannot do that. You're not going to get anywhere by trying to say, well, I want to be just like that, or if they have it, how come I don't have it? No, you got to be you. You got to be you because nobody else can do it like you.
Right.
Nobody else can do it like you, right? Nobody else can do it like you, Walter. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else can do that like you. I'm a confetti girl, and everybody says, Sam, you love confetti. Yes, I love confetti. I confetti all the time. I drop confetti all the time, right? And that was just something that I loved, and I started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not trying to be like John Brown. I was doing it, and everybody's like confetti queen. I'm like, I just love confetti.
Okay.
I just love confetti, everything. Be you, right? What's his name? Alicio loves dropping his gems, right? Be different. Be you. Walter, you do the I love your intro. I love the way you do your intro. Be you. Do not compare yourself to no one because everybody is different and unique in their own way. And look, if we were all on here doing the same thing, I sounded like Walter, I looked like Walter, my screen, my stuff looked just like Walter, then what's the sense? But you gotta be you. Do not compare yourself. You will get there if you follow the easy step. You know your why. You come with your energy. You be yourself, right? You be consistent. You will get there. Stay encouraged in knowing that at the end of the day, you are doing something that a lot of people sometimes sit on the outside and say, well, it's hard and they don't want to do it. Like it's better for you to go slow and do something than for you to stand still and look at everybody else.
Because basically that's what we're doing when we start looking at everyone else instead of focusing on the journey and the process of what we're going through.
Right. You want to make sure that you go at your pace. You do what you can. Don't compare. I came on here and I didn't know nothing about YouTube, Walter. I didn't even know what to do with anything. I didn't know what to click, not to click, I knew nothing. And I watched and I learned and I observed and I decided I like that. I don't like that. I like that. I don't like that. And I made it my own. I did me. I may not get everybody in my streams. Everybody may not like my content, but guess what? I know what my why is. So my why is going to attract those people, and they're going to be the ones that are going to what? They're the one that my content belongs to. So don't compare yourself to no one. And the funny thing is, if you are comparing yourself, you're comparing yourself to people that are like at 1K and you're like at 25. You can't do that, right?
Right.
You're looking at the big people. You just started. Take the time to understand the process. And just going back to number one, when you take the time and you enjoy your process and then you ask the question, what if they changed their minds on their channel after they get to 1K? When you take your time and you understand the process, you know what you're doing. You stay in the trenches, right? You get the discouragements and you pick yourself back up. When you get to that 1K, then you're not going to be like, well, I'm doing something else. I'm bored now. That's not going to happen, because while you were going through the process, you enjoyed it. You understood it, right? You put yourself into it. You were happy going through what you were going through. You didn't allow it to. I'm mad because she got 1K and she started before me. And nah. We don't do that, right? I'm funny when I want to be, but not tonight, Walter.
Hey, don't allow the comparison trap to cause you to be a prisoner of the moment, to rob
Don't
you
do
of your
it.
creativity or joy. Don't do it.
Don't
Don't
do it.
do it. I know it's tempting to look at Mr. Beast. I know it's tempting to look at Diana Gladney. I know it's tempted to look at Sean Cannell. But I need you to focus on you.
Focus on you.
Tech
Don't
troublemaker. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream, 5 easy ways on how to keep yourself motivated as a content creator, smash the like button, share this live stream on your favorite social media. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching us from on YouTube, and we will certainly shout you out. And if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to this channel, where we'll help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we would love to have you a part of the Huddle community. Tip number 4, travel with the right people. You know, Samantha, I'm a movie person, but one of my favorite movies is a gentleman, Jason Clarke, and Josh Brolin. Most people know Josh Brolin for your Marvel fans as Thanos. He snapped half of humanity away. But they made a movie called Everest.
I don't think I've seen it.
Everest is, of course, the real events of what happened to some mountain climbers who climbed, which Everest is considered the most deadliest mountain to climb. And they were successful in climbing it, but they did not make it back down because of circumstances and ego and pride and people just not working together the way they should. And as a result, people die. But here's what I learned about the movie Everest. Mountain climbers, when they want to summit a mountain, they never do it alone.
Right.
They never do it alone, and they don't do it with the wrong people who are not on the same page. And so I take that and understand that YouTube can sometimes be like Mount Everest.
Yes.
You're climbing this mountain called YouTube, but the question then becomes, are you trying to do it alone with no community? And if you are in a community, is it the wrong community? And that's got you discouraged. Your thoughts on that? Take your time.
Yeah, the community thing is really a big one. It's a big one. Because I started with YouTube and I started out with a different, well, I'm still a part of them are still with me. But when I started, I was, it's a whole thing. But community is great. Okay. And one thing you have to make sure that you don't just go into a community because you see a community flourishing. If you go into a community just to be in that community, just to get likes or subs or whatever, it's not going to work.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're in a community that you like the people in the community. Okay. that you enjoy the content that are being shared in that community. When I started with YouTube, I was very, very new. So I did a lot of like research. I would dip and dip and dip and dip to get what I needed. And I'm not a techie person, but I understand a lot of tech. I asked Roy, I had to ask him a couple questions a lot of times. But I'm not a tech girl. But in order for me to grow, I needed to learn tech, right? So I had to find the time to go into communities that were about tech to be able to understand what it is that I need to do to make my stream better. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that those are going to be my community people or my people that I'm going to stick with all the time, but I needed to make sure that I did the research that I needed to do. The trouble that happens now is that we get into the community, we get what we need, we then leave, but the community is like, well, what happened to Sam? Sam just came to get what she wanted and she left. And we have to understand that everybody's here, they're looking for what they need. It's like it's like, I'm not going to give you, like, I don't eat pork. So I'm not going to come and, I'm not going to say, okay, give me, you have pork and I'm going to come and eat your pork. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm only here because I saw the fried chicken over there and I love me some fried chicken. But now when you start opening the pork, I got to go. Right. So it's kind of like we have to have a good mindset too, because sometimes I think that really the community don't run well because we're thinking differently. Traveling with the right people simple means this. You connect with people that likes you. Okay. And I say this because a lot of times people have channels and they start a channel and you said it earlier, they changed your mind and they do something different. If the community that they had like them as a person, like how they speak, how they look, how they interact, if they start doing a channel about dogs or a channel about dancing or a channel about exercising, if I like you, Walter, I'm going to follow you wherever you go. I'm going to be on you with wherever. It doesn't matter if you change your content 10 times because I got to know who Walter was and I enjoyed watching Walter. Whatever Walter says or talks about, I enjoy that content. So I am going to stick with Walter. So when you're traveling with the right people, you're making sure that you actually like the people. You're not just trying to go into that group of people just to gain anything. You go with the people that you like, what you're listening for, what they're doing, what they're talking about. I think I'm a part of a lot of communities because I have some tech communities, friends, and I don't know how I do it, but I try to get into tech. I do like design because I love design. I design calendars. I mean, just everything, exercise, and because I love the whole genre of content, right? So I try to pick, and I don't really necessarily look for people from there to come to be a part of my community. That's just where I want to be. So for me, traveling with the right people is making sure that you're traveling with people that you know that whatever they're servicing, whatever they're giving, is something that you need. Now, the flip side of that is now getting that community, getting your own community now, my community, Walter's community, right? My community, people are going to want to be a part of me because of what I do, what I bring for them. And it's always going to be different because I started out, I had a lot of people that was always here with me on my live streams and, in busy school, work, new channel and things like that. And it changes. However, I still go when I get a chance and pop into their videos or pop into their streams and pop around and say, hello, how are you? And connect, because I think we miss the point about being on YouTube, and we think that being on YouTube is just to get the numbers. It's really to build relationships and to have people that loves who you are. I have friends in Canada or Africa that I met through YouTube, and we connect in the DMs. And I think that's just where you need to be. You want to build a community of people that love you, not just a community of people that's just trying to, okay, well, I'm going to watch so she can get watch hours or whatever. No, build a community of people that genuinely like you, Walter, genuinely like you, Sam, genuinely like tech. I go into his channel sometime and he does videos and I'm like, he's so bubbly, he's so fun. And I love that. And it's, and tech is like, my dude. I see Robert just came into the chat. Robert's in the house.
Real Chicago.
And he's my other tech guy. I DM Robert. Robert, what do I need? I need a new computer. Which one should I? And the community doesn't have to be based on YouTube. It could be anywhere. Right? But traveling with the wild people is a big one because it's very important that you stay connected with the people that, to be honest with you, when I started, I had 1 subscribers, and I think I connect with that same person, right? And I'm at my 100. I know who my 100 is. I know who my 500 is, because I make it a point for me to say, you helped me get to this point. And if they put a comment on the thing, I make sure that I respond. I try to respond to everyone, because the goal, well, for me anyways, I don't know about everybody else, but my goal is to make sure that I connect with my audience. I connect with people who are viewing me, because I'm not on here just to get numbers. I'm here to encourage you, motivate you, allow you to get to that place where you can say, look, I did that. I did this. I was struggling with school. I was discouraged about how they treated me. I was upset about this. This hurt me. That hurt me. But today I can celebrate, because you know what? I was encouraged by Sam.
So true. So true. And like you said, when you're traveling with the right people, it could be groups. It could be responding to the comments that you're getting on your YouTube channel. And not only that, but as you connect, I always try to make it a point when I reached out to you, one of the first things I look for is Instagram, because primarily a lot of people use Instagram. If they don't use Instagram, the next thing I look for is LinkedIn. So if I can find another social media platform that gives me the ability to show that individual that I'm not coming to look for something to get from you, I'm looking to build with you.
Right. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I think that's the misconception about the community. We're coming to get, we're not coming to connect and share and grow together. I'm just coming to get what I need. And, we need to learn we're building, we're connecting, we're growing together, right? How can I build Walter? How can I do whatever? I'm inviting Walter to my stream. It's not just to come into my stream. It's for me and Walter to connect so that we're able to build something, to grow something, right? I love that.
Definitely. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion, 5 easy ways. I know I could have did 10, I could have did 20, I could have did 50 ideas on how to be motivated. 5 easy ways on how you to stay motivated as a content creator on YouTube. Hey, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Share this on your favorite social media platform. Not only your platform, but share with another to encourage another content creator. Tip number 5, and it kind of circles all the way back to remember your why, because from your why is going to come your plan and your goals on how you're going to move forward on your why.
Review your goals and plan. That's something that you want to do. I'm not going to say daily, but you want to be able to have that like on a big old sticky notes. I am big on like vision boards and creating a vision for what you want to see yourself, where you want to see yourself in a year or 6 months, right? Create a vision board, put it on paper, because a lot of times we have it in our minds and okay, yeah, I want to get to 1K, or yeah, I want to, do this and that. But if you don't see that, you don't visually see your plans and your goals laid out in front of you, you're going to forget it. Right. And the world is so evolved right now. There's so many lights. There's so many flashy things. Of course, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to change it to this, or I'm going to do something different, because there's so much that you can do. Right. There are so many different things. But if you have your goals and you review them daily, monthly, weekly, however often you need to, if you do that, your plans, and you will not, I'm telling you, you will not get to the stage where you say, well, I'm going to change my mind. The only thing that I would say you can do when you're reviewing, you add to it to make it better. You
Mm-hmm.
put in new things, new ideas, but don't ever change what you started with.
Mm-hmm.
Complete that. And then you can start on something else. I have, like, right now, I'm in a transition mode where this channel is growing. It's almost there. I'm like, almost at my 1K, whatever. And I had some goals in the back of my head, and I had other things that I wanted to do. And because I didn't get to the stage I didn't want it to get at the time that I thought, I said, okay, I extended my goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because being new to YouTube, you don't really understand. I still don't really know how the back end work, right? The tags and all these things. And I'm still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the purpose the
Mm-hmm.
purpose and my passion, right? I know what those are. So at the end of the day, I said, well, Sam, you are doing what you wanted to really do. And that was to
Mm-hmm.
encourage people. That was to motivate them. So you want to get to 1K, but that wasn't your why. That wasn't your
Mm-hmm.
goal. So don't
Right,
worry
right.
about that. What you wanted to do was encourage, motivate, inspire, and you're doing that. So you
Mm-hmm.
actually did what you really wanted to do. And if we start
Mm-hmm.
to think that way and do that way, then we won't have a problem at all. Right?
Because not to interrupt you, it's not in your about page.
Right.
I'm starting YouTube for 1,000. If you
Right.
notice, every time we put in our about page, it has nothing about I need 10,000 subscribers, I need 100,000 views,
Mhm.
I need to
Right.
collaborate with this YouTuber, and I need to collaborate. Ain't
Yes.
none of that in our about page.
Absolutely not. And we sometimes we lose focus.
Mm,
You lose focus of what you're really on here for.
mm-hmm,
Stay focused on the real reason you're on the platform. And your
mm-hmm,
reason may be for the 1K. So focus on the 1K. Leave everything else alone,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
But if you know that you're on here to make a difference, because I have a segment that I call Think Big Inspiration, and it's where I have guests that comes on that are making difference, that are doing things in their community. And my goal is to, like, I really want to be able to just showcase everybody if I could.
mm-hmm,
Whatever it is
mm-hmm,
that you're doing, come on. I have an interview every day if I have to. Showcase what you're doing so we can bring positive vibes all throughout this place,
mm-hmm,
right? I don't know, set off confetti and it just pops everywhere.
mm-hmm.
Positive vibes just go everywhere, right? So if you do that, man, just stay focused, guys. Content creators, just stay focused on what it is that you really, really enjoy deep down inside. Don't change your mind. Don't change because Tom Brown got it better or Tom Brown did. Don't do that. Stick to it. Focus and stay consistent, man. I know Doc Rock said it best for me.
Mm-hmm.
You schedule your streams to come on here at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever. You may not have something that day. Come on anyway. Do an opening song. In the name of Jesus. Pray in the name of Jesus. I thank you, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And do the benediction and leave the
Mm-hmm.
stream. But show up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Show up anyway. And he said it best for me. Come on anyway. Pray. Do an open. You go to church. You do an opening song first. You pray. You read a scripture. You do another prayer. Say the benediction, and you go home. It takes you 5 minutes. You do
Mm-hmm.
all of that, and you go. But show up anyway and be consistent, and
Mm-hmm.
you will see a difference. You will see a difference.
Mm-hmm. Real Chicago says great advice. Seeing
It's
is
that vision board.
definitely,
That vision board.
definitely believing. I put it to you this way, Robert. If you go watch the movie Any Given Sunday with Robert Al Pacino, where he
Yeah.
has the speech with the team where they're getting their butts kicked at halftime, and he says you need to have the next person standing next to you, and they're 6 inches in front of you. 6 inch, it's right before you in your face. Is what your why you're doing on YouTube? Is it in your face,
Mm-hmm.
or is it in the notebook that you haven't picked up? I'm stepping on my own toes. Oh Jesus, I'm stepping on my own toes. It's in my notebook that I haven't. It's in my iPhone, in my Google Docs that I haven't looked at because I'm busy looking at everything else.
Yes.
It's 6 inches in front of your face.
Mm,
Seeing is believing, and that's what's gonna keep you encouraged.
yes.
3 things you wish you knew before you started your content creation journey.
I wish I knew how to edit. And Robert is in the chat. Robert knows I struggle with that. I wish I knew how to edit. I wish I knew how to edit videos. That's really it. I'm a streamer. I love to stream. I know how to do that like the back of my hands now. I'm still got a little bit to learn, right? But I know how to stream. But I wish I knew that I had to do videos and edit them and cut them and clip them and put B-roll in and all of that. I wish that's one. I wish I knew how to do that. Edit videos. But that I know how to do a little bit of it. I've been playing with, I'm playing with it a little bit, but I'm not that savvy. But streams, I got that. The second thing was I wish I knew that it takes all of that with the tags and the search engine and the thumbnails. Well, the thumbnails I got down too, I think, because I'm a designer, so I love to do the design part. But the titles and see, I don't even know what is it, Walter?
Topic
Titles and like the tags and things like that. That I wish I knew that was important. Like you needed to know and understand that part to get the views from YouTube.
Right.
And the third thing, I wish I knew that it cost so much. I wish I knew that you have, and not necessarily that it costs so much. Let me change that, because a lot of people are starting out and you can use your phone, guys. You can really use your phone. You just need your phone. You can start with your phone. I have the gears. I have the gears. I have a whole gear setup. But that is something that I didn't know. And because I am a person that's very determined, and if I start something, I want to see it completed. And in order for me to do that, I needed to have certain things, because I was literally, when I started, if you watch any of my first videos, don't go do it though, guys. Don't do it. Okay.
All right, guys. Tech Troublemaker, Robert, homework assignment. Let's watch her first video.
Don't do it.
Just to encourage her of where she is now.
Don't do it. But I used to stand up and do it, and it was terrible. And I said, there's no way, Sam, you know what you're doing. There's no way you're going to do this. There's people that are waiting for what you have to say. So I did my research and I got the gear, but I didn't know that it was so much. So those are the 3 things: editing videos, the understanding how to get views through YouTube, and the cost of it. It's to have a good production. You have to have some you have to have some savings. And it's worth it for me. I balanced. I did what I had to. I researched and I did a lot of that, and I talked to a lot of other people, a lot of other content creators that was here before me, and got their ideas and the best equipment or not. I did a stream with Diana Gladney, and that was an awesome stream. And we talked about some of those equipments, the best ones to have, right? Got with Robert. I said, Robert, computer, because my first computer, you can hear the fan from way in the other room. And what do I do? The fan sounds terrible. Robert, what do I do? And he guided me to the right equipment, right? So it's listen, content creators, listen, it's not hard. It's not easy. It's attainable. There will be challenges. There will be times where you don't want to do it. It will become time where you are so discouraged. No one's watching the video. It only got 2. You expected it to get 25. Keep building anyways. Drop the next one right away. Put a video out, right? Talk about it. Be open. Be transparent to your audience. Let them know what's going on. Let them know that you're in a place of discouragement. I come on here sometimes and I am supposed to be encouraging you guys. And sometimes I am doing it, but my heart is aching, right? I am dealing with something, but I have a purpose. I have my why, and it's not for me. It's for you. So whether or not I'm going through it or not, I have to still come and deliver, because when he told me to do it and I said yes, right? He said, Samantha, this is what you do. And I accepted the yes. Then there's no way that I can now say, okay, God, I'm not doing it no more because I'm going through stuff and you're not helping me. So I'm not going out there to go talk to nobody. That's not how it works. So listen, if I can say anything else, if I didn't say anything else, you didn't take anything else from me tonight, just know that if you understand your why, don't give up, continue, be consistent, be persistent, be determined to do it. And trust me, that motivation you need, that encouragement that you need, it will come, because
Yes, it
God is
does.
going to see that you are faithful in doing what it is that you're doing. He'll make a way. He'll always make a way. He has done it for me. And I'm sure he ain't going to stop today, because we're going to have a conversation.
That's right. That's right. Samantha, for my team replay viewers, because they showed up this week on Robert, no, I'm sorry, Roy, go back and watch Saturday's interview. I looked at the views this moment, and I said, wait a minute. When we went off the air, there was 25. And when I looked this afternoon, we at 104. Team replay is showed up and showed out. So I want to give much love to those of you who will watch the replay. Samantha, for those who will be watching the replay and they need to get more information about you and maybe, need some help with coaching, where can they reach you?
Well, you guys can reach me on all social media platforms except for LinkedIn. I'll be there soon. But on YouTube, Samantha Just Inspire, you can connect with me there as well. On Instagram, Samantha Just Inspire as well. And on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, I post motivational content every Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays. Actually, I try to post something every morning, a reminder, just to motivate you, to encourage you to continue to stay on your journey. It doesn't always have to be about content creation. It could be your daily life. It could be what you're dealing with, what you're going through, challenges that you're facing daily. I post those motivations because I know that at one time I was at that place and I needed to get something to uplift me. I needed something to wake up to in the morning, and it was encouraging. It was motivating to continue to get out of bed, to do what I needed to do, to get things done. So on my Instagram page, you can follow me on there as well. Samantha Just Inspire, get those motivational content, connect with me in the DMs if you want. And if you would love to be on my show as well, you can also send me an email at samanthajustinspire@gmail.com, or even check out my website, which is, of course, samanthajustinspire.com. That's where you can find me.
All right. And we have all of that and more in the description. And so, Samantha, thank you so much for coming on this Monday night edition of the Huddle. I see we're going to have to probably do more of these on Monday night for sure. We have our core Huddle community on Saturday mornings, but I guess we need to make room for Monday night.
Yes.
I feel honored that I got my first troll tonight. I feel honored. I don't normally get trolls, so I said, "Oh, okay. Are we moving up? That we're starting to get some trolls now?" I said, "I appreciate the badge of honor." So, hey, thank you so much being a part of this amazing Woman on YouTube series. For those of you that don't know about you, I had to make sure that they need to understand that you are not a hidden figure. No disrespect to the movie. I get the premise, but there are too many great female content creators like yourself that are not a hidden figure, but truly an amazing, inspired woman on YouTube.
Thank you so much for having me, Walter. It was definitely a pleasure being here with you tonight and talking with you. I really appreciate the invite. And yeah, we could definitely do this some other time. We'll love to.
We will, with your schedule, making room and your family granting permission. I'm real big on that. The family got to give permission too, because they want their time with you as well.
Yes.
And so I'm looking forward to our next opportunity to be able to communicate. And so, question of the day, you've heard these 5 tips on being able to keep yourself motivated. What is your reason, your why of why you're doing YouTube? What's your reason for doing YouTube? So whether if you're a team replay, drop that in the comment section, or if you're team live, let us know in the chat. And so, wow, This is a great Monday night. I'm liking this.
Yes.
I'm liking Monday nights here. We got Real Chicago in the chat and Tech Troublemaker.
Always making trouble.
Making good trouble. Good trouble, like my man, like the man, what was it? John Lewis, make Tech Troublemaker. You gotta make some good trouble.
Yes.
Good trouble. So that's what we have for this evening. Well, I want to thank everyone for being a part of the Huddle Monday night edition. And God willing, we will do this again on Monday night. And
Yes.
as we close out, we always close out saying, many are the plans in a person's heart. That means you got your own plans. You got your own why. But you got to make a decision to let God's purpose,
yes,
his purpose, his why prevail in your life. So we will see you on Saturday, 11 a.m. We're back to 11 a.m. Eastern time here on the Huddle. We're going to kick it with Samantha real briefly in the green room. Tech Troublemaker, Real Chicago. See y'all next Saturday.